Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn how to construct our CV to up to Canadian standard, right? So student route is becoming a little bit expensive or is expensive right now. Okay, and people want to jump to Canada through work. So another thing is applying for jobs. Another thing is employers reaching out to you through your CV. Okay, so and in some countries it differs. Okay, but if you're applying for jobs in Canada, you need to have a Canadian style of resume. Okay, so one thing you have to put in place if you are planning to apply for jobs in Canada with a resume, make sure that your resume is in chronological order. Okay, so now in chronological order, now it means that it's going to have features, step by step form is well arranged and all of that. Okay, so now the first thing in your resume is going to be a header. A header is very important. This is whereby you place your name. This is whereby you place your position you're applying for. This is whereby you place also your contact information like your emails, your LinkedIn accounts, or your phone numbers. Then the second one you also have to consider is your resume summary or objective. Okay, this is whereby you give objective of the resume and the idea behind the resume. Then the third one is your work experience, the position that you're looking for. What are the experiences that you've had during past or present? Because it might be in present work experience, you will still be applying for jobs. So what are the experience you've had in the past and in the present? Okay, so the one you also need to consider is the education, right? Education, this is the education that you've gone through, whether your master's, your PhD, diplomas, all of that. And it should be arranged accordingly as the higher the educational qualification, your highest educational qualification should come first before the other. If you have a PhD should be the one to come first. If you have master's, second, or if you have a BSc, that's the third. Okay, and you have to specify what you had in those qualifications. So why the next on my list is skills. What are the skills that you have that, yes, if you're not under supervision, you can be able to do it very well? What are those skills that, yes, you know that for instance, I want to use myself as an example. When I came out from nursing school, I was a novice on practical aspects in a hospital. So I was supervised by other matrons and registered nurses around. But at the time, I got to have all those skills. I got to be confident in myself and nobody was supervising me. So what are the things that you can do without somebody supervising you? Okay, so another thing too is additional section. This is whereby you want to put in what you want to put in there, or for instance your languages, maybe you have two languages, you can put those things. All right, so there are things that you don't supposed to include on your CV. Okay, such as photo. Like some people in Africa, they will include their photos on the CV. So for a Canadian standard CV, you don't need to put a photo on it. Okay, you don't need to put any personal information apart from your contact information, such as maybe you have your marriage, you have anything of such, don't supposed to be on your CV. Then the second one too is your age. You don't supposed to put your age, your race, your ethnicity, all right, your marital status and all of that. It should not be on your CV. Okay, why the other one too is your salary. You don't have to put the salary you should be able to earn while working for these people. Okay, so this is the things that you need to put into consideration. So here comes the deal. What are the things you're supposed to do extra for you to have an eye catchy or the machine that is picking up CVs to get your CV to the recruiters or the employers? So one is recommended methods of creating CV. One thing you have to note is that adapt your resume to the job role. Okay, some people use one CV to apply for different job roles, which don't supposed to be like that, right? So one thing you have to do is that if you are applying for a job, maybe in a job bank or in an app, anywhere, okay, make sure you use the job description of that employer to include in your own resume. All right. So one thing I used to do during my own time is that when I come in contact with such job description, I would change the synonyms to that of my own. Okay, don't just copy what is from the job description and include it in your CV. No, it's not going to work that way. Change them, change the English, change it, let it be a synonym of this, right? So at the end of the day, the machine will say, yes, this person has what we need, they can take your CV to the employer. Okay, so that is the thing that you need to include. Make sure that the keywords are there. The keywords that is included in the job description, make sure that the keywords are there, they are not missing. Okay, so that they match, so that the machine can be able to match your role. Remember that the web programmer used to scan all those CVs, because employer cannot be reading. Do you know how many people that are applying for CVs? So they have this automated machine that's used to scan CVs. So if it is not what the employer needs, it will just toss it away. Okay. So the best thing you have to do for yourself is to make sure that your CV has what it takes. Okay. So the next one you also need to do for you to be able to catch the employer with your CV is having a cover letter. What does cover letter implies? You are trying to persuade the employer that yes, you are fit for this job. You are trying to share your experiences, not really experiences, your achievement. What have you achieved on this job that you are applying in other companies? For instance, when you were employed in a company A, during your employment, the rates of their, maybe their profit or anything is at so rate, maybe at 20%, and after 6 months of your stay in that company, the profits increase to so amount, maybe like 80%. Give them a number that, okay, they will say yes, this person is, it has what it takes. Okay, so this is where you try as much as possible to acknowledge that yes, you are fit for this job, that yes, when you are given this role, you can be able to do it as easy as possible, and they will believe in you that yes, it's possible to achieve such. Yes, even if you're a student, there is no problem for you to maybe even if you don't have experience, stress more on your education. Okay, tell them that yes, you know the theoretical aspect of it, this and this, the other part. So these are the things that you need to also put in consideration. Another thing too you need to do is that you don't give a long or lengthy CVs. Some people, their CVs are up to 5 pages, some are up to 4 pages, which don't supposed to be. Like the my CV is not even up to, I think is 1 or 2. Okay, so try as much as possible to summarize whatever you are putting in, to make it to be like, latest, let it be 2 pages, at least let it be 2 pages. Okay, you don't have to make your CV to be so much that at the end of the day it will bore the employer and they will just fling it out. Okay, try as much as possible to make a short CV. It's going to help you a lot. And another thing too is, don't lie on your CV. Don't lie on your CV. So many people will be like, let me just, do this and do that. Don't lie on your CV. Remember that even if they accept your resume, accepting your resume or contacting you does not mean that you've gotten the job, right? Make sure that what you are putting in that CV, you know everything about it, because they might from your own CV start asking you questions. So be comfortable of whatever you are putting into the CV. Even if you don't know it before, try as much as possible to have information regarding to that, right? Because they can use your CV to judge you at the last day. Okay, so if you have watched this video to this end, please kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.